Good morning, everyone. Aja here from Garden Days. Today's garden project is going to be the drip system. This is my old controller. It's a Rainpoint, and it does not have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi capabilities. Now, some of you do know that I travel. It's mainly in the winter, and I'm not using my drip system then. But sometimes when it gets hot here at home base, I will go off and find cooler weather. We have high elevation not too far from us. Anyways, this allows me to check and monitor my drip system when I'm not here because it'll be online. There's two different things that it does. It has Bluetooth and wireless capabilities, which allows me to use my phone and not have to touch the system. The Bluetooth is when I'm here, and the Wi-Fi obviously is for when I'm not here. I can change, edit, or set the system. This is the Wi-Fi dongle. You have to buy this separately, and if you do not have this, then you can only control the system through Bluetooth, not Wi-Fi. Luckily, it is USB, so I just plug it in right here. This is in my old rig Panda. It's searching, and there it goes. It's green, ready to go. Thought I had marked these lines. Oh, I did. So this is number 1. That one's number 4. Got the batteries in and the system set up and ready to go. Now, each zone, which there are 3, has 4 lines. My old system was not Bluetooth, like I mentioned, or Wi-Fi, and I actually had to have 2 controllers because each controller only had 2 lines. The good thing about these is they have the 4 lines. So right now I have it on off, and there, the clock is set. And I do have it programmed, but it is for the sprinklers. And I do want to change these out because the more I add of these, the less pressure that is in the line. So I'm going to replace it with a drip system or emitters, and that will keep the pressure in the line. I probably didn't need 3 zones now that I'm changing to the drip emitters. I just checked zone 1. Mostly everything is working properly except one line. So let me go over the lines. This is line 1 here. That's line 2. And then over here in the corner is line 3. And this is line 4, which is where I'm having the issue. And it goes over to this bed. I'm also going to extend it over to this bed eventually because I don't have any drip in this bed. That's why it's not planted out. So there's a wet spot there. Not sure where that's coming from because the pipe is, or the line is over here. Okay, I found the broken line. It does look like it's been cut. It's weird. But anyways, then this also was broke off, or it just popped off actually. Okay, I just fixed the lines and got all this working again. I'll change over to the drip later. And there it goes, that was a test. Zone 1 is tested and done. Hey Momo, you look comfy. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab number 2. I think this is gonna be the easiest one to place. Okay, let's see. All right, let's move this. I still gotta install this box here. Let's see. Oh, I gotta figure out these lines too. Right there. There should be 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whoa. Okay, I have zone 2 ready to go. Let me go over this sector. We have the controller right here, and this is line 1, just this first garden bed. This is line 2, and it does wrap around all the way around the fishbowl to the other side. This is the 3rd line, which runs into the front of this seating area here. But this was part of zone 1, this bed here. And then back by the controller is line 4 here. Now I separated this. This is actually part of zone 3. Remember, the spray heads lost pressure if I added too much of these in. That's why I had to have so many different zones. But now that I'm doing drip irrigation, this is not required. But I'm just gonna keep things like it is since it's already set up that way. Okay, let's test the 4 lines in zone 2. You have to download the B-Hyve app, which is this one here. Already had it pulled up because usually it takes a second for it to. And I have to make sure I'm in the right zone. This is Panda's garden, which was my old rig, and that's correct. That's zone 2. So just hit connect and it should sync with the system. That's what it's doing now. It does take a minute to connect sometimes. Okay, now I want to go to zones, and this is number 1. I call the arch zone because it has that arch right there. It's for this bed. At the top corner here, it says test. You can select how long. We'll just do, let's do a 2-minute test. Well, actually, it's not that big of a bed. I'll just do 1 minute. And it should be going. Yeah, it says 58 seconds. There they go. Awesome. So I only have certain ones turned on, like that one there. If it has a plant, it's turned on. I wish I could keep these because, I mean, like I said, I can cut them off if there's not a plant there. And then the fruit tree that I transplanted, and that's something else I'm going to move because it just never does well, but I'll get to that and move it into, I think it needs a sunnier location because it's a pinnacle hydrangea and they like full sun. Okay, the kiwi's watering fine and all the other ones, oh, the penstemon are starting to bloom. Okay, that was it for the 1-minute test. Now that I've showed you how to test it, I'm gonna go ahead and test the other 3 lines and make sure there's no leaks anywhere. This garden ended up testing good. I didn't find anything here, but this had come loose, so I have to get that back connected. Hey Olive, you checking things out? So I got this line cleaned, reconnected. I actually used a heat gun to stretch it out a little bit because it wasn't going all the way onto the fitting. I reburied the line and tested it and made sure that there was no leaks. So that means that zone 2 is done. Oh, look at the Rocky Mountain penstemon are in bloom. Pretty. Awesome. This is a native and drought tolerant. But yes, this is done. The only thing is this sector here, not all of the new plants have drip to them. I think that one, I still need to add drip. This one and this one, because I moved the drip to the front plants here. And I just planned on plugging into the line and moving them closer. So that means I'm gonna have to change all these to the drip emitter because I can't use the sprayers and the drippers together. After I get everything hooked up and tested, I'll get to that. Last but not least is zone 3. Let me cut the water on so I can test this. Zone 3 is mainly the vegetable garden. Let me go ahead and show you the lines for that. Hey Ollie. Anyways, this is line 1. This is where I grew my tomatoes last year, but I'm gonna move over to perennial crops. And this is going to be blueberries. So most of this system or the nozzles are switched off except the mint. Line 2 is my fruit tree row here. Now I did have 2 trees that died. I actually bought them dead. I knew it better than to buy trees that didn't have any leaves. I thought they were just in hibernation, but they were not. They were completely dead when I planted them. So I do have replacements for these 2. That apple tree's still good. This line goes all the way over to the deck. Waters all the plants on the deck here and also this garden bed with the trumpet vine that is leafing out. Awesome. So I have kind of a mess right here because I'm kind of repotting things, but I'll get to that in a later episode. And then there is line 3, which is already on drip. It is the drip tape, and it runs the whole garden. That's why I like the drip system better than the sprinklers. They just hold pressure, so you can do a longer distance. Now with the vegetable garden, I'm hoping in the next video to get that all cleaned up and get some things planted in so I can go ahead and start using the drip system. The thing about the tape is that there's a valve at each end that I can cut off if I'm not using that row. Good morning, Kellogg. So here's all the perennial crops that I'm gonna add into the vegetable garden. But like I said, that won't be until next video. Now, zone 3 does have 4 lines, but the 4th line is not in use. Eventually, I do plan on doing a fruit orchard. That's what I'm saving that line for. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and test zone 3, line 1. Earlier, I had said that my tomato run was my first line, but I was mistaken. It's my fruit tree row that is my first line. So we're gonna go ahead and test that. We'll test it for 1 minute. Okay. So far, so good. Has to build up some pressure in the line. Right, there goes the pump. There's definitely a lot of sprayers on this zone. That one's barely going, and this is what I mean, is that once they come up higher, this one's not flowing at all. There's just not enough pressure. Yeah, neither is this one. It's too high. Those ones aren't working correctly, but these ones are, and also these ones here. I'm gonna go ahead and test the tomato area, which will be the blueberry. Oh, yeah. There's a line that's broke down there, and oh, wow. Okay, there's a lot of messed up things going on here. So I'll just fix this once I add the blueberries in, which will be the next video. There's no point in messing with it now. I'll just not use this line. Okay, look at that. It's like a water fountain over here. Too funny. Let's go ahead and stop that. No need to finish watering that. Like I said, I'll definitely get to that once I put in the blueberries. If y'all don't know, this whole system runs off of this rainwater collection. It's a 2,600 gallon. And here's the pressure tank and pump that run the whole system along with the battery bank. It also runs the laundry facility. Now that mostly everything is working, I just need to get those drippers changed out. I would say there's a little over an hour left of sunlight. Cooled down enough. I think I'm gonna go ahead and work on this bed here and add in the drip system. It got a little bit too warm to be working on that, so I decided to do laundry and some other chores. Okay, I've got my emitters here that I'm gonna add in and replace. I'm gonna work on this line here since it has the new plants that don't have drip to them, and then I'll get to the other stuff. I got everything done and was able to test the line, but it got a little too dark to film, and there were a few issues, but I corrected them this morning, and hopefully everything is working right. I'm gonna go ahead and do a full test, which is a 10-minute test. It's a full run. That's what I think I want the timer to be set at. But I do have water catchments under specific ones just to see how much water is actually coming out, and then I'll judge it from there. Oop. Okay, that one popped off. I ran through to see if anything else was leaking. This one is as well. Wow, and another one. Okay, let's try this again, take two. Okay, so far everything looks good. I'm not gonna run it as long this time. I think 10 minutes is a little too much water. So we're gonna try for 8 and see how that does. Oh, that's kind of leaning. Let me, oops. What? That's not working, is it? Comes out pretty steady, at least the 2-gallon one does. Okay, everything else looks good. No more leak. I just put a sprinkler there and then closed it up. Oh God, something's leaking over here. Okay. I think the issue that I had is that I didn't cut the ends off. I should have cut the ends off, and some of them were kind of warped from the sprinkler heads, and just need to cut off that part and just start fresh. Okay, take 3, 8 minutes. I have the water meter reset, so I know how much water it's using, and we're gonna look. Hopefully that fixed everything. At least I know next time to go ahead and snip off the old end. That way those don't pop off. Not everyone did though, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And go ahead and snip that old piece off. Everything looks good. I think 8 minutes might be the perfect time. I hear something over here again. What is that one? Oh, that's that same plug. I put something in. Okay. Okay, I have no clue what test I'm on. I just stopped it and started setting the timer for about 1 minute and then going through and fixing each little spot. I thought I got it, but I was working late last night and guess not. This looks really good. I actually only put the timer for 6 minutes. I think that might be good enough. There's plenty of water seems to come out of those drippers, especially since I got the 2-gallon ones. Which is better in my opinion. I didn't want to have to run the system for is there just too much pressure? I might have to put a pressure regulator on here. We used to have these pressure regulators in there and it would only let the system get up to 15 PSI. And right now the system's at 30 PSI. And I think that's too much for the drip system. Okay, the pressure regulator is in. Hopefully that will help. I've reset everything and I dumbed it down to 4 minutes. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, it definitely lets a lot of water out and keeps pressure in the line, which is awesome. Now that the pressure regulator's on and things aren't blowing. Okay, I will say that this has been a process. The birds are still chirping away. They're getting bigger. Hold on, let me show you. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can actually see them in there. It's too dark. Okay, well, this has definitely been a process. But now that I've got it down, I can get the other systems working now that I know how everything is working. And I did find 2 more pressure regulators, so I have all the pressure regulators for every zone. And I'm going to go ahead and work on that. What I'm going to run the system at is for 5 minutes, and that seems to be plenty of water. And I'll run that 2 times a week and just gauge it. If I need to add another day, I think it's only using 20 gallons per zone, and that is 4 lines, so 5 gallons per line. And there are 3 zones, so that's about 60 gallons. Well, actually, no, the 3rd zone only has 3, so that would be 55 gallons. And that's about 110 gallons per week. That was a lot less than what I was using before because I had the sprayers and I couldn't control the flow. I mean, you can control how big it sprays and stuff, but you don't know how much is coming out. With these, it's gauged and you know how much is coming out. So that'll be a lot better. I think that will work. Right, sleepyhead? Boop, boop, boop. Anyways, I have several more lines to do, so I'm going to go get at that, but you don't need to watch me doing that. I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to check out more videos, they'll be right over here. If you want to subscribe, right there. All right, bye for now.